Hello friends, welcome to Xenier Web Development Platform. In today's session, we are going to create a color flipper. So color flipper, it is nothing but normally we get the background color like we have an example of here as ash F1, F5, F8. I'm just clicking. So you can able to see where it have a background color is changing after once a button is clicking down. So I have already predefined some background color which I have used in the JavaScript. So once if I am clicking over in this sense, it gives a respective name and the respective background color is also changing. So we can create a simple color flipper by using the HTML and JavaScript concept. So this is a very simple example. If you are a beginner, definitely this particular background color, it will be help you to learn the scripting language. So yes, on the platform, I'm going to create under the main, which is of a class I'm going to create, which is division class, and it is container, where I'm going to create one more heading which is of background color. I'm making to be span. So hope you know span, it is nothing but it acts as an inline function where it adds some attribute to the element. So under the span classes, I need to add the color. Maybe example initial my value should be of F1, F5, F8. Before starting this process, try to copy many background color from the any web browser. So yes, my span and the heading part is over. You can able to see on my right hand side. Next I need to add a button. For this I'm going to use button. Under the class I'm going to create as btn hero. Next I need to create the class which is nothing but button, and it should process of click. So I need to mention as click me. Okay, so my division part is over and the main part is over. I'm just closing this tag. So next I'm going to add under the type as text CSS. So next I'm going to add the script type as text JavaScript, and I'm making their source to be script JS. So I'm closing this tag and I'm going to create the scripting part. Script. Okay, so yes, still the function part is need to be changed. So let me try on the scripting basis. Already I have copied some colors for the background. So maybe I'm going to start off where it should have some constant. For this I'm using as constant colors, and the square bracket is open. Now I'm going to paste whatever the background color I have copied. I'm just pasting over here. So I have pasted over here the background color. So next I need to process a function So I'm just going to create for my, where it should have for my button should be constant, and it should get the value from my ID. Document dot get element by ID. Button, and next the color also need to be constant. So again I'm going to use document dot get element, which should get the value of color. So next I'm going to add for the button event basis, where it should get from the user. So I'm using as btn dot add event listener. So whenever they click, when the button is clicked, it should show the constant, any random number it have to display, any color have to display, that should be the constant. For this I'm going to use the inbuilt function of get random number. Okay, so next I'm going to add for the document, under their document, their body and their style and even their background color should be equivalent to my colors, and it should display the random number. So random number, and it should display my color to be as text content, colors, display my random number. So this part is over. Next, for the function I need to be processed for random number. So I'm going to use as get random number. It should return the value math dot floor. Where it should return math dot random, and it should give my color length, colors dot length. Yes. So next I'm going for the CSS part. So under the CSS part we need to import an URL, and I'm going to write for the main write this CSS part for the main container and the heading color and even for the button. So I have already imported the URL from the font basis for Rancher under the Google. So I have pasted over here. Next I'm going to write for the CSS part for my main, where their height I'm going to display as mini height, and their calci will be displayed as 100 VH 3 REM. Okay, so next I am going to use the display, which is of grid, and their place items could be center. So you can able to see the difference. Yes. Next I'm going to write for the container. Since under the test class I'm mentioning with a dot, where I'm making their text alignment should be center. Next I'm going to write for the heading part of H2, that is container H2, where background will be ash22 and their color will be ash ff, and their padding will be 1 REM, and their border radius will be 0.25 REM. You can change according to your wish. I'm using this thing to make this output as effective. So next for the color, I'm going to add as color colon HS1, which is equal to 205, 78% and 60%. So next I'm going to add for the button hero. So next I'm going to add for the font family, where my font family is Ranchers. It's just your wish, you can add anything. Sans serif. Next I'm making the transform to be uppercase, and I'm making their background could be transparent, and I'm making their color to be ash, and making their letter spacing could be 0.REM, and making their display could be inline block, and I'm making their font weight could be 700, and making their transition could be all 0.35, maybe 0.3 years, and it should be linear. So next I'm going to make their border to be 2px solid, so maybe I need the cursor to be pointer, and making their shadow 1px and 3px, which should be in the RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.2. Next I'm making their radius could be REM, and their font sizes REM, and making their padding could be 0.75 REM, (1.25 REM). .btn hash hero dot hover, where I'm making their color is and I'm making their background could be ash 22. Yes, so almost my CSS and HTML part is over. Let me check on the output whether it execute or not. So the output is executed. I'm just clicking. Yes, it has been changing. We can go through with the coding part. So where I have created the color flipper, if required I had added the title, and I have added the script too. So next on the H2 basis I have added the background color button, and for the under the HTML scripting part we have added the constant color, and we have done the add event listener where I have made this function. So under the styling part we have done the coloring and font size, font family, etc. to make this program or to make this output on the effective manner. So this is a simple way where we have created the color flipper. You can try on this platform and execute the output. Thank you.